What's up, everyone, and welcome back or welcome. This is your first visit. My name is Matt. On this channel, I review brand new cars. This is 2026 Subaru Outback, completely redesigned, and today I'm at Conley Subaru in Bradenton, Florida, where I'll take in a complete tour of this top-of-the-line Touring XT trim. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior technology, of course, the test drive. If you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more automotive content. If you like anything about this video, give me a thumbs up. Now let's get back to this. The Outback's been around for many years, always as a station wagon, because it was a legacy station wagon that started it all. Then it developed into the Outback and it became its own trim. Now, it's always been based on the legacy platform, but in 2025, Subaru decided to discontinue the legacy. So now they needed to do something with the Outback, and they put it on a brand new platform, allowing them to make some improvements that weren't possible based on the chassis of the vehicle before. So now we have it a little bit wider, a little bit longer, a little bit taller, and to some people it's a welcome improvement, to others not so much. Let me know where you stand on this in the comment section. Today we're going to take a detailed look at this top of the line trim, starting right here with the exterior. And since this is my second 2026 Subaru on this channel, I've already read some of your comments. I know that the audience is divided, almost like 50% of people like it, 50% of people not so much. To me, it's a great improvement over the previous generation. Let me know what you think. This particular one is dressed in this River Rock pearl color. And yes, somebody mentioned that there's a gap between the lights and the hood, looking like the hood is open. And that's because of this light is painted in black, kind of making it look bigger than it is. But we have the LED lights as far as the daytime running lamps, turn signals, regular headlamps, and at the bottom a set of fog lamps. Now the fog lamps housing is this massive cladding that continues through the entire bottom portion of this vehicle. Now we still have 8.7 inches of ground clearance, so it's nice and capable, and that cladding prevents the paint from getting scratched out. Now, as far as the grille, that's a different story. We have the satin black grille, the front-facing camera, and the large Subaru logo. Now, behind which you'll have this shiny black trim. Now, let's pop the hood open because I have the more powerful engine option on this one. As far as the engine choices, the premium that I've done before had a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with 180 horsepower. This is the upgraded engine, 2.4 liter turbocharged flat 4, 260 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque. We have the same CVT transmission. All of the Outbacks are all-wheel drive, and look at this cooling system that goes up from the front, gets the air from the front of it and drops it on top of this engine. Now we have some sound insulation in here, as well as this ugly prop stick. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's a little bit wider, taller, and longer. So let's talk dimensions. We have the total width of 74 inches, height 67.5, total length of 191.7, and we have the wheelbase of 108.1. Overall, a good looking vehicle. Yes, it does look more like an SUV than a station wagon, but in my opinion, it still has that Outback look that a lot of people liked. Now let's take a closer look and see what's going on as far as the wheel and tires. This particular one sits on 19-inch rims, 225 by 55 is the tire size, and of course the divided opinions as far as the cladding around it. Some people love it, others not so much, but that massive cladding continues all over at the bottom of this vehicle. Now, as far as the mirrors, we have the fully loaded mirror that includes the turn signal, it includes the blind spot assist, the side view camera. Now, everything around the windows of this vehicle is blacked out. We have the large roof rack, but not crossbars on this one. The crossbars don't come standard anymore, and as I mentioned in the previous video, that's because they have two different kinds, one for just the luggage and one if you want to put a tent on top of it. So let's see what else is going on. So we have these two grooves over here. That means that we have the proximity entry system, and as you can see, I just locked this vehicle without pushing any of the buttons on the remote. Overall, let me know what you think about the shape of it. Kind of a different trim right here in the back, but a lot of glass, a lot of light can get in the cabin, and definitely that improves the visibility as well. Yeah, to move it out of the sun so I can show you the back of it, looking really good. I like the light of it. It kind of simulates like this mountains, in my opinion. I'm not sure if that's what Subaru had in mind, but that's what it looks like for sure. Now we have the combination as far as the lights here in the back. So we have the LED tail lamps, but still an incandescent light bulb right here in the turn signals, and then LED reverse lights. Large Subaru logo. We have the exposed wiper, third brake light up on top, and then we have the Outback that's spelled out. Of course, it says symmetrical all-wheel drive. And here at the bottom we have this cladding again. Subaru is kind of embossed into the bottom of it. Tow hitch, I don't think it has a tow hitch, but if it had it, this more powerful engine is capable of towing up to 3,500 pounds. With the base engine you could do about 2,700 pounds. And look at this, I haven't even noticed this. Is it smiling? Is that purposely done? Maybe so. Well, let's pop this gate open. Let's see what's going on here. Power lift gate. About 35 cubic feet of storage behind the seat, and this is a cargo cover. I'm not sure if I like it. Kind of a flimsy looking one. Kind of get the idea behind it, because if you have some bulky gear, it's not going to constrain it as much. But I don't know if I like that. Let me know what you think about this. I think I kind of dig that traditional one a little bit better. But yeah, you can easily remove it. You know, there's some hooks on both sides, and boom, you can take it off and be done with it if that's something that's bothering you. We also have a set of all-season mats. And what else is here? You have the ability to drop down the seats, and that's going to show you like the true roominess of this vehicle. That's about almost 81 cubic feet of storage, like if you fold down this second row seat. We also have that 12-volt power outlet in the back. Underneath here we have the tools and the jack, which tells me that it has a spare tire, most likely underneath here. There it is. There's a spare tire, and as well underneath here, and this is the roominess. Now let me show you. I think it's going to be easier to see it from here. Look at all of these Outbacks carrying different things on top. So a canoe, a shark, a tent, a boat, motorcycle, Christmas tree. I have no idea what that one is. And I don't know, a heart? Or I'm not sure what that is. Anyways, we have a Harman Kardon stereo. Part of it is right here in the back. Let me jump inside and I'll show you what else is going on there. We can lock it with the button. Since this is a decent size SUV, let's take a look and see how much room there is in the back seat. I'm 6 feet tall. This front seat is adjusted to my very comfortable driving position. I have plenty of headroom, maybe 4 or 5 inches above my head till I hit the roof. I also have plenty of shoulder room here. Pretty nice, very nice and comfortable. My feet fit nicely underneath the seat if I need to, so no complaints here whatsoever. Not sure if you're going to be able to see the sticker, but I'm going to tell you this. 21 in the city, 29 on the expressway, 24 is the combined number. The MSRP of this particular one, $50,573, and that including the premium paint. We have the side sill plates, illuminated door projector lights, and this is it. Let's open it up and let's see what's on the inside. I like this door panel. Nice and soft, which I wish all manufacturers would do. We have some leather inlays here, nice and soft armrest, and even this felt-lined cup holder, which, you know, is going to prevent all the bottles. Like if you put a bottle in here and it rattles against the plastic, well, it's not going to do that because it's nice and soft. Of course, we have the window controls, and going inside, you'll see that seats are covered in Napa leather because, yes, this is the top of the line trim, so this is the real deal. We have the console that opens up with the cup holders, and the seats have their own seat back pockets. We have the bump right here in the middle, and your own vents for the rear climate control, USB Type-C, USB Type-A, and 2-stage heated seats right here in the back. Let's move on and let's see what's going on in the front. I'm going to start with the sound of the closing door. That's very nice, very solid. Stud right here in the front door panel, similar to the back, of course, with the addition of window mirror lock controls, 2 memory seat settings, the same kind of cup holder with felt lining, Harman Kardon as far as the stereo. And here's that illuminated plate that shows you which vehicle you're getting into. The seats in the front are much more bolstered. Okay, they're still covered with leather. I like kind of this trim on the inside. Really good looking one. So we have the multiple adjustments as far as the seat. You know, that power adjustment. We also have the manual tie support right here that you can open and close to make yourself most comfortable. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, we have the ability to open the rear gate and the dimmer for the instrument cluster. Let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of this interior. Starting with the sound of the closing door. That's nice and solid. And here it is, guys. The interior of this 2026 Subaru Outback is completely new. We have new screens, new softwares, new everything. Starting on the right hand side, we're going to take a look at the dashboard. So nice trim right on top, kind of textured. Now this is softer material. We have the large vent on the side and a shelf right here if you want to put your cell phone. Your passengers want to put a cell phone in here or something like this. All right, so moving on to the steering wheel. Decent sized steering wheel. We have a whole bunch of buttons. So seek, track, source for your audio, phone hang up, pickup button, voice controls, volume control. On the right hand side, cruise control. You have the X mode as well. We're going to get to it in just a little bit. And your cruise control settings. I believe these are the simulated gears that you can switch over right here in the back, because it does not have gears. It has the CVT. Of course, the window controls and the regular windshield wiper are on the stalks in the back of the steering wheel. Now we have the heated steering wheel. Here's a button right there, and 12.1 inch as far as the infotainment system. So this is new. And, you know, as far as what we can change in here, let's take a look. Well, we have the different views, so you can have the navigation right behind it. You can also have this kind of minimal one with the lane keep assist, I believe, or the cruise control. And then it still leaves you all the important information that are right there, like the auto hold feature, the downhill assist, etc. You can also move this and change it around if you'd like to. So here are your gauges on the right hand side, speedometer, left hand side, tachometer. We also have miles to empty, 190, and the mode right now, it says like it's in the X mode. We can actually turn that off because I don't need to be in an X mode. Or in park. And let's move on to this larger 12.3-inch infotainment system with a completely new software. Now, if you remember, the previous Subaru had kind of this vertical screen divided into 3 different parts. Well, that's no more. Google helped develop this. It was developed by Google Automotive. And so what we have the navigation system. That's your home screen, by the way. It's 5:13 p.m. Catching the last rays of sun here in December. We're in Bradenton at Conley Subaru right here. And, you know, so there's your navigation. You can see your radio. And as far as the radio options, we have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, and USB. You can pair your phone, wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. They're standard on this vehicle. Sound profiles, eyesight, driving distance. Of course, this is all of the safety systems that we have. Proactive driver assist, collision avoidance, lane departure, cruise management, camera, other safety assistant controls. Left-right driving, on which side you're driving, that matters too. Manage devices, displays, phone, vehicle. Let's see what's going on here in the vehicle settings. Automatic vehicle shutdown, distraction mitigation system, lighting, keyless entry, rear window defogger, one-touch lane change, auto door locks, rear seat reminder, side mirrors, power rear gate, height memory. You can set that up if you'd like to. So lots of customization, more than it used to be before on the vehicle. And let's move over. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, phone, My Subaru, display off, valet mode, and add the shortcut. Okay, that's cool. Now, usually the part of the screen at the bottom was the climate control. Now we have the separate station right here for the climate control. So we have the cooled and heated, or ventilated and heated seats, I should say, right? So you can adjust the temperature. You have the dual zone climate control here. Underneath here, you have the USB Type-C, USB Type-A, wireless charging pad, And we have this regular shifter right here. When you move it to all the way to drive and you want to put it in the manual mode, kind of simulate gears if you'd like to, you can do that as well. Put it back in park. But since we're in here, let's put it in reverse. I want to see something. So the camera, all right. Well, not bad. Actually pretty good. I think it's better than on the premium model. I'm not sure. Yeah, because that one didn't have the 360, so maybe it's a completely different software. So we have the trajectory lines, as you can see, from top down and for the back out. And we have the different views of the camera. And I have to be in drive, I believe, or put it to just turn on the camera if I wanted to. Okay, so I turn on the camera. This is the rear camera. Now we have the front view camera, okay, to see where the vehicle ends. Now the side view cameras, the top view, here's the back camera, and a different angle here. So pretty cool. All right, so we have, you know, a nicer camera system than we had on the premium one. Now you got to pay money for something, right? So right here you have the view. That's what I turn on the camera on auto vehicle hold. For like kind of like a brake hold, basically turn off that automatic start stop feature, turn off the traction control, electronic parking brake, and a little bit more storage right in the console. 12-volt power outlet right here. And moving up to the top, do we have, yes we do, we have this rear view digital camera with the home link system, so you can have like 3 different devices programmed to open, close your garage doors, gates, etc. As far as the lights, let's see what type of lights we have. Oh, LEDs. Nice, of course. Okay. And then we have the slide and tilt feature on that regular sunroof. That allows you to get more air inside the vehicle. A very slight windscreen over here. Close this up. And then what else we have? Illuminated mirrors right in the visor. And here it is. This is the interior of this 2026 Outback. One more thing that I want to point out. I actually like this corner window right here. It gives you a lot more view, and this A-pillar is not blocking as much of the front view as on some other vehicles. Let's talk about pricing and take it for a spin. All right, as far as the different trims, we have the premium, the base trim, $34,995. Limited $41,715, and the touring $45,395. The 3 of them have the less powerful 180 horsepower 2.5 liter engine. The Wilderness is the first one that starts standard with the more powerful engine, and that starts at $44,995. I don't think anybody has gotten that Wilderness yet as far as the dealership. Then there's a Limited XT, $44,365, and the Touring XT, which is the one that I'm sitting in right now, starting at $47,995. So between $35,000 and $50,000 essentially, and that's where the Subaru is. I got to put my shades on. The sun is really bright, especially as it's setting here. But let's talk about this vehicle. There are a lot of things to like about Subaru as a brand. There's a lot of things to like about the Outback. Now, the Outback has always been kind of that in between the SUV and the station wagon. That's what a lot of people loved about it, because it wasn't kind of like overwhelming large like some of the SUVs are right now. Now it grew a little bit. I still think that it has that characteristics of the Outback, and let me know what you think about it. I actually like the shape of it. Now let me do a quick circle right here at this empty parking lot. Let's see how it turns. Very nice. Yeah, nice turning vehicle. Now it is a rush hour traffic, and we're here in this abandoned mall. Surprise, surprise, there are abandoned mall, and there's this open space right here. I'm going to do this acceleration test here, then we're going to take it on the road. If we can do it again, great. If not, at least you see how this vehicle accelerates. More powerful, 260 horsepower versus 180. That's 80 horsepower difference. Let's hit it. Took a while for that turbo to spool in, but once it did, that thing is like a rocket ship. That took off really quickly, but it was quite a bit of that turbo lag. You know what? I want to be very thorough with it, so we're going to do another acceleration. Should I brake torque it a little bit? probably not the best idea, but maybe just a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can boost it up, brake torque it, let go. Oh yeah. Wow. That thing is fast. Definitely a lot faster than the non-turbo, the 2.5 liter Subaru. It also is pretty darn quiet on the interior as I'm driving it. Not bad at all. Good job. Definitely a lot more fun to drive than the 2.5 liter. And, you know, you set up a little bit higher than on the regular sedan. You have a great visibility. I think they've done a nice job having the large windows on the side that lets a lot of light into the cabin. You can also see a lot better here as well. And, you know, overall, I think it's a positive experience with this vehicle. Now, the CVT transmission, I know a lot of people are complaining about having a CVT transmission. There are a lot of advantages of it. It should help you with the gas mileage, although the gas mileage is not the greatest at 24 miles to a gallon, you know, on this vehicle. This should be probably in the 30s. Like a 4-cylinder vehicle, yeah, this size, I think so. But it doesn't have that whiny stuff. Let me see if I can reduce it like this. Oh yeah, look at this. Actually, the gear simulation is very good at the Subaru. If I reduce the gears, you can hear the RPMs go up, even though there's no gear, so it's kind of confusing. So, like if you're listening to what I'm saying and reducing the gears, and it even shows you of which gear I'm in, 5th, 6th, 7th, D. So it's kind of like simulating a 7-gear transmission. Once we get to the cruising speed, again, it's really nice and quiet, very comfortable too. The suspension is in between. It's not very soft. It's not something like you'll find on the Cadillacs maybe. And let's take this turn a little bit faster. See the body roll? Not bad. It's really nice. It's holding this vehicle in place. Okay, summing it all up, the one question that I have, and I can't quite answer, so I need your help with it. Where does it fit in the segment? Now, are we comparing it to the RAV4, which normally the Forester would be compared to the RAV4, would be in the same segment, right? I'm not sure. It used to be in a class of its own, being a station wagon. Now that it's an SUV, does it have a place in the market segment? And where is it? Well, I hope you help me out in the comment section. Also, let me know what you like and what you don't like about the Subaru. I know you're not shy. I look at the comments on my previous video and you make your opinions heard. So thank you for that. You can keep those comments coming. I'm trying to respond to all of them. And thank you very much for watching. If you like watching automotive content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If there's anything that you learned from this video, you liked about it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.